Today we are talking about Night Fright. This is an anthology of short horror stories. So I would call this more a thriller or suspense to a point. But personally for me, the first story super boring, and I don't know, it didn't really do anything for the book in my opinion. So if you don't want to read the first story, I say skip it. A lot of the other stories were really good. I loved just the conclusion of some of the stories. There's one, and it's about this cat, like this tabby cat that comes in, and I was not guessing the end. It was fun. I think it was done well. And there's a few others like this. There's just some that, like, they're not quite what you would expect. So it was fun. There were a few that were pretty, in my opinion, easy to guess. But I liked that there were a few that kept me on my toes. I think his writing is very well. This is one where almost all of the stories, they don't drag on. Like, they are very sweet, short, to the point, which is nice because sometimes when you're reading an anthology, there's a couple of stories that just go on forever. And this author did very well and did not do that. Another thing I really like is the stories are so vastly different. Like, even the first story, if you are curious, it's kind of about it's about a poker game and a vigilante. And so it is a good story. It's written well. It is a good story. It just, in my opinion, it didn't really hold up to horror. And I don't think it really, like, I guess it just didn't really have like a big payoff. It was okay, like it was a good story. You could kind of guess once they introduce a subplot where it was going, and then you're correct, but it was still fine. I think this author was actually like a fan of the horror genre and did a pretty good job of trying to be horror. It's a lot better than other anthologies I've read. I love horror anthologies, and if you like them as well, I would recommend this. I think this is a fun read, and once you like get past like the first 3 stories, you get really into it. Just fun short stories that have a little bit of suspense or mostly like a little bit of gore, then I think this is a good one. It's not super scary, but it's still fun. And I think that's it. I really liked it. I don't have much to say that's bad, except for that first story was not my favorite.